In the beginning of the movie, Professor X was talking about mutants since the discovery of their existence with fear across the planet share for the world. At the White House, everyone was talking, everyone was on the tour. The blue creature come out at White House. The man said, "Are you lost?" The blue creature used his power of teleport the people, try take the president to save the Wolverine in the forest to search for clues. Wolverine saw the base near the river. He saw a wolf. It went inside. The bulleting Wolverine went inside and looked around. Storm was teach the class. Storm saw a kid use his power. Jean use her powers on the trip. Her boyfriend was make sure she okay. She has a feeling something bad is happening. The mean boy was looking at the girl. Everyone frozen in time. Professor X turn up uses powers. They all went back to school with Professor X. He was telling them a mutant was at the White House. They think Magneto behind it. Jean and Storm go on a mission to find the mutant. The bad guy was at a White House talking to the president. They found the mutant to a school. The president said to the bad guy, "Find out about the jet." One guy wants to meet Magneto in a prison. The man had yellow eyes. No, in the White House, the president man is Mystique. At the school, Iceman and the girlfriend want to kiss. They can't be kiss. She will take his powers. Then she hear a bike come to school. She was excited. It was the Wolverine. Iceman meet Wolverine frozen his hand in ice. He asked how you guys. Storm was surprised. He is back. Jean said hi to the Wolverine. The Wolverine is going stick around to look after the school, and the kids he throw the keys at him, said your bike needs more angry. The policeman opened the door for the bad guy, talked to Magneto in his prison. He told him everything. Professor X was on a machine. He was talking to the Wolverine. He said he looked at the base, nothing was there. He Wolverine said to Professor X, "Can you read his mind?" Mystique interabulating to get more clues. She saw the man was doing the cleaning on the floor. She went on the computer, she used her power, then she found the prison Magneto was. Then she saw the plans of the machine. Mystique changed into the man who does the cleaning. She asked what the man was doing in the office. Storm and Jean went inside the church. Storm used her powers inside. The bulleting bats was flying around in the bulleting. The creature said, "Get out." He used his power to teleport. Then Jean said, "Sure you don't want come down." Then Jean saved the creature. The creature told them what happened at the White House, and the President. Storm asked about the marks on his body and neck. The Wolverine was asleep in bed in the school. He was looking back about the past. He woke up, he went downstairs. The boy was watching TV. The boy said, "He don't sleep." Iceman was eating ice cream in the school. Professor X went to see in prison. The Wolverine said, "How long you been in this school?" For the bad guys got two X-Men heroes. The bad guys was at the school. The kids were taken by the bad guys. The Wolverine hear a noise in the school. He said to Iceman to SHHH the bad fight him in the kitchen. He said to Iceman, "Are you okay?" The Metal Boy saved the girl in the room and told the kids this way the Wolverine said help the kids while he fight the bad guys. Everyone was running downstairs. Wolverine saved them. The bad guy found the Wolverine saw him. He was surprised to see him in the school. Iceman saved the Wolverine. They saved him. The bad guys datery the ice. They were running underground. They went inside a car. Wolverine was drive the car at night time. Wolverine told the kids about that bad guy. They got to a machine. He said in the car, saying where should they go. Wolverine said where Jean and Storm are on the news on TV. What the Gyrid was watching. Mystique was at the bar talking to him about Magneto. Mystique went in the bathroom. She made a plan for Magneto escape prison. The bad guy talking to Professor X was in his base. The bad guy's son was in the same room with Professor X. Everyone made to Iceman house. Iceman girlfriend was in his room. Wolverine was on the phone. Try make a call to Jean and Storm. Wolverine was in the kitchen. He hears something. It was a cat. Iceman come downstairs. Iceman was going to tell them. The policeman was scanning the man, saying he is clear. He went and saw Magneto. You were different about you. He used his powers on him. Magneto escaped prison. He used the ball thing to make across the other side. Iceman girlfriend said that he is special. The cat was drink tea. Iceman calling the police for help. Storm and Jean are in the jet. Storm was talking to the creature on the jet. She asked him a question. The creature said you two school teachers. She said it's keep us safe. He said safe from what he asked Storm a question. The phone was ringing. Wolverine told Jean and Storm that the bad guy went to the school. The police was outside. Iceman brother watched from his window. The Wolverine woke up and went into the jet. They on jet. The Wolverine asked who is this? Professor X said stop. The bad guy's son was still looking at him. He saw a kid crying in the school. The kid said, it's all right, they are gone. Wolverine said, how far are we? The police sent a plane to them. They told them to landed the jet. Storm said, hold on. Storm was using her powers to stop the police force chase them in the sky. Jean said, is everything okay back there? Jean used her powers. The jet went down. The blue creature used his teleport to save the girl to go on the jet. Then Magneto saved them from the jet falling in the sky to destroy the earth. They were surprised to see them. The girl said, thank you for save her from the jet. Magneto told what the bad guy want. Wolverine said what you guys afraid off. Magneto told them, then everyone look at the Wolverine. Storm asked why you need us. He said Mystique found the plans to a base. Jean told them the base is underground. Then Jean was talking to the Wolverine. She asked him, are you okay? Jean kissed the Wolverine. She went back on the jet. Then the blue crotcher was talking to Mystique. The Wolverine look at the badge. Mystique looked like Jean. She sneak in his tent. He push her off. He told her get out. she walked out of the tent. Everyone was on the jet. Magneto and Mystique was laughing. Magneto said to the girl, "We love what you done with your hair." Her boyfriend stopped her. Going to Magneto. Mystique was laughing. The boy showed Magneto his powers on the jet at bad guys' base. They said machine is done. They land the jet. They come out with the plan to get inside the base to save the children and the Professor X. In the base, the Wolverine walked in. The bad guy knew who it was. The bad guys was behind him. They took him inside. They didn't know it wasn't the Wolverine, it was Mystique. He power is shape shift into anyone. She made it inside. Mystique said she was in. She turned around and back to work to go. She opened the doors for the others. Professor X said, "You can come in." Mystique was still on the computer to find the kids. Magneto used his powers. He said, "Have you find it?" Storm said, "Can you shut off from here?" Mystique said, "No." The bad guys walking into the room. His dad told him it's time. Professor X was trapped with the bad guy's son in the room. Jean was walking procked Magneto and Mystique from her boyfriend Storm. Hear the kids. The Wolverine was walking. Then Jean was finding her boyfriend. She told him not to do this. The bulletin outside was moving. Jean was huging her boyfriend. She was hurt. Wolverine was fighting the bad lady in the room. He was made in when he escaped the base. She had the same power as the Wolverine. The bad guy was escaped the base. The Wolverine had planned escape her. She made out of the water. The other try stop boy leave the jet. Professor X was still in the room with bad guy son. Magneto used his powers to open the door to stop him, then Mystique shape shift into his dad. She changed the plan for him to find the humans. The bad guy escaped base running in the snow. Magneto moved things around in the machine room. They left the room. Wolverine find the bad guy and lock him on the plane. Wolverine said, "What is that? The base is going to be underwater." Storm asked the creature to teleport her in the room, and she used her powers to make room cold. Magneto and Mystique was outside. They saw the bad guy on the plane. They were escape. They took the fire boy with them in the plane. Professor X took the headgear on the machine. The creature teleport the Professor X. The Wolverine saved his friends. Told them, "You don't want go that way." Everyone made it out safe. They all run to the jet. Iceman girlfriend was drive the jet. She screamed. She was panicking. Strom said it's okay. The bad guy trapped Wolverine, throw the name tag at him, and walked away from him. Jean went outside, save her team from outside, and send them off, and the water hit her underwater. Everyone was upset that Jean is gone. They looked out of the window and fly. They went to the White House to talk to the president. Everyone was frozen. Storm used her power. Then the X-Men was in the room. Professor X said good morning to the president. The girl gave the file to him. He said, "How did you get these?" He said, "They're a lost on both sides and for a better future." I give the X-Men 2 9 out of 10. The movie was awesome.